Hello, Arkansas Valley. Welcome to About the Valley, your community affairs program dedicated to the people of southeastern Colorado, hosted by SecoNews.org publisher Adrian Hart. Join the people of southeast Colorado on About the Valley episodes available on YouTube, Facebook, and at SecoNews.org. Now with your Southeast Colorado news and today's episode of About the Valley, here's Adrian Hart.
This is Adrian Hart with your Southeast Colorado news on SecoNews.org, and we're here with Dean Rees. Dean, we've talked about you fairly often on Seco News.
Oh, that's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, those many places where you're conducting the music or leading the music.
I get around.
You do get around, so it's very nice to have you on here.
Yes, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it.
Yep,
It's very gracious of you.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I love the fact that your next upcoming concert is free to the public.
That's right.
So let's get the details out right out of the gate.
Let's do it. I direct the Otero College Choir. The concert will be this Monday, 4 days away, at the Otero College at Stafford Humanities Center.
Yep.
The stage there, and it's absolutely free. It's at 7 o'clock, and the program is entitled The Pride of America. So from that, I'm sure you can guess that we're doing patriotic music, and quite a bit of it. Some very popular favorites, plus also some things off the beaten path. Another thing I decided to do for this concert is I thought it would be cool if we chose some different regions of the country to highlight. So, for example, we're doing music of the Northeast, music of the South, some cowboy songs for our area.
Wow.
So, yeah, some really cool things.
So really an eclectic performance?
I think so. Quite a variety of things that will appeal to a lot of different, genres, things like that.
And the price is right, not much risk involved there.
That's right, free admission.
Of course, up at Otero College, the Ed Stafford Theater, one of my favorite venues.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Really nice.
Right. Yeah.
And of course, you're going to have some performers. Now, there is a Kashari Indian dance involved.
That's right. You know, I got to thinking that it's only right and proper if we're going to talk about music that happened here on this continent to include the First Peoples. So after the American Legion Post 8 plants the flag, presents the flag, and we get going, then we have two dancers with the Kosharis plus a singer. And they're going to do the Eagle Dance to get our show started, and I thought that was a very appropriate choice. You know, they're a real institution here at La Junta, kind of a treasure of this area. So.
And conveniently located close to the stage.
Exactly, right there at the Kiva is where they operate.
Yep, so.
Okay, and then that'll be followed by a song from the choir called Spirit of the Winding Waters, which is it's suggestive of Native American music, and it's based upon some Navajo texts. It's accompanied with drums and shakers and a wooden flute, and it's pretty fun. I think people will like it.
All right. But I guess go ahead down the itinerary.
Okay.
It's exciting.
I'll just kind of go through all the songs as I remember. That'll be followed by the Battle Hymn of the Republic with the great singer Terry Miller doing the solo on that. It's a great arrangement. After that, we're going to have Mike Shima do the George Cohan kind of medley with You're a Grand Old Flag and I'm a Yankee Doodle Boy. So do great with that. After that, that's when we start getting into the different regions of the United States. So we're going to do a shape note song. Have you heard of shape notes?
I have not heard of shape notes.
It's an interesting thing. There's a tradition called the singing schools in America, going way back to the 1700s, where people decided that maybe congregations out there could do a little better job with their singing. You know, starting to hurt the ears there. And so this tradition, exactly. They came up with hymnals for people where the notes are shaped with different shapes. shapes. For example, there's a triangle. There's a triangle face pointing the other direction. There's a diamond. There's a half circle. And each shape represents one of the do-re-mi's.
Okay.
So it was a way for people to get together, learn some hymns, bring their kids so they could get music instruction, and then learn how to sing using the do-re-mi's. So we're going to sing a song from that tradition. It features Sally Capel and yours truly on the piano. We'll have all four hands going on one keyboard.
Cool.
That's pretty cool. And Dr.
That is
James Lind will be directing that one.
All right, and often we see him on trumpet.
Oh yes, he's part of
see
the
him
program.
directing?
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah. He plays in several of our pieces.
Okay.
So he's fabulous. You know that.
Very nice.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead. If you want to continue, anything you want to add?
Sure. After that, is there a time I should be thinking about?
No, you're okay. We can go for another couple minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so after that, we'll have a spiritual, Deep River, and also a piece by Maya Angelou, the text anyway, a poem called United in Purpose. So that's all about e pluribus unum, we're stronger when we work together.
Okay.
After
of course,
that,
she's awesome.
Oh yeah,
I had the opportunity to watch her speak at the university up in Pueblo. Boy, I want to say 2005, 2004, and when you go to one of her speeches, you don't expect it to be like 3 hours, but it was really impressively long, and it was really good.
Oh yes.
So
such
her
a
work
powerful
is
poet.
very strong.
And, I thought it was really great. We do want to recognize veterans, and so we will have the service songs presented. So everyone who's ever served in the armed forces will be asked to stand when their song is
and you're going to go through
performed.
each one of the branches.
Oh yes, you bet. They're
Absolutely.
all covered in there.
Okay.
So
very cool.
that's it. And let's see.
No surprise at the end there with you going to get a county commissioner on stage? Is that what I heard?
Well, are we talking about Rob?
We are talking about Rob and Colleen.
Well, you know how in the Masked Singers contest that they did there at Pickawire Theater, they won the contest with this particular song. So I invited them to sing God Bless the USA, which they did and won the contest with, and so they're great.
Yeah, very good. Right. I hope that wasn't a spoiler. Actually, it wasn't a spoiler because the performance is very worth seeing.
Oh yeah,
I saw it when they did it at the Pickawire.
Exactly. And they won't be wearing dinosaur costumes this time, but other than
it was
they're really good.
Yeah, heck yeah. We even worked in a Pickawire plug. So
right,
down in the box office.
Koshari's Pickawires. Well, that is great.
That's right. Very good. Thank you so much for coming down, Dean.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, and I appreciate you helping the community have more music events.
Thank you so much, Adrian.
Awesome. For the people of Southeast Colorado and the Otero College Jazz Ensemble, is that?
Otero College Choir.
Right, there we go. We'll get it right at the end.
Right. I'm part of the jazz ensemble too that Dr. James Lind does. So
all right.
More
very
stuff
good.
in London.
All right. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
With your Southeast Colorado News, I'm Adrian Hart.
Joe Harvard, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Hang on.
Little thing.
Okay, is that okay? Okay, I've been going with Chuck. Thank you. I've been going with Chuck metal detecting about 20 plus years. And I personally have found quite a few things I love because Michael went over everything that we find. Chuck takes a picture of it and he GPSes it, he plots it. So it's, I don't know how people can argue when they say the battle was at one spot when in reality we find so many things. This is the book, this is me. Chapter 10 is me. You need to get it. Okay, here. Okay, I got a couple stories. I'll make it quick. The first time Chuck and I went out, it was a nice hot day, and we're looking for rattlesnakes, which we find every now and then. And at this place, we just didn't find much. And we walked together. We're tired. We're sweating. and there's a little cow trail. And if you know about cows, the only thing I know about, like hamburger for me, but anyway, they had a little cow trail and they walk on that thing. And we put our metal detectors down and Chuck's went off. And we were, come here girl, come here. Okay, we're standing, we're about like this right here, and our metal detectors are here. Nice job. Thank you. And I thought, oh my, what's this? So I dig it up, it's yay deep. And as always, Chuck knows what everything is. And this thing was the size of a quarter, and it was a metal star. And immediately Chuck says, "Star tobacco." What? What are you talking about? Well, way back when, well, recently, guys, they have their chew in their back pocket, right? That little round circle back here. Well, my understanding, this was a cake of tobacco. It was wrapped up, and the symbol of it was the star, and they called it star tobacco. And I thought, how bizarre, we're out in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and we come up with that. And the second and last story I got, we're leaving Lamar, we're going out there, and on Chuck's dash is this heavy, well, this is it right here, this heavy little thing right here. What on earth is this thing? It weighs a lot. Just kidding. And he proceeded to tell me this is the actual cannonball itself. He proceeded to tell me there's a fuse in it, and they turn it and they put it in a cannon and they shoot that puppy out there, and it will roll on the ground, it will explode, it'll explode 5 feet in the air, 10 feet in the air, depending on the arc and then depending on a lot of things. And I was just mesmerized by this. Inside the cannonball is what I call a bunch of little steelies, and I'm sure they just put anything that would violate somebody. But this amazed me. So we get out to Sand Creek and we parked the pickup on the road like we always did. And about 100 yards from where we were, Chuck said, "See that stake out there? See that green stake?" And I said, "Yeah, stake, not snake." And anyway, he said, that's where I found this thing. And I thought, oh man, I was amazed. So as a rule, when we metal detect, we start in an area, we put some flags, and we go straight, flag it, and then we scoot over, and then we come back, and then we scoot over and go back. So we just don't randomly go, we try to work in lines. So I'm metal detecting, my machine goes off, I dig down, and for once in my life, I knew what I got. Thanks for smiling. And it comes up, I found this puppy. This is the same thing that Chuck had. And I'm looking around, Chuck's doing his thing, and it was at least a football field away from where Chuck found his. So I call Chuck, "I got something." So he comes over, he takes a picture of it, he GPS's it, he puts it in a little, I call it a nail belt he carries, and off we went. We're coming back home, we're in the pickup, we're tired, we're hot. "Chuck, where's that piece I found?" He gives it to me. I get the one on the dash, and I'm fooling around with it, and they fit, they match. These are the actual ones. I was amazed. I told Chuck, he almost wrecked the truck. I made that up, he didn't do that. But I thought, oh my gosh, it's amazing. And just these two pieces alone, if you get a chance, pick them up, they're heavy. And if this hits someone, oh my, just, it was a brutal time in history. But it's a brutal time now. But it is what it is. Thank you for listening. Remember, chapter 10.
A government one of our expeditions would have had, had the government given us more money.
Ah, always a funding issue.
Exactly. This is a portable transit instrument. You set this up and train it on Polaris to get true north, and at that point in time, everything that you can see through the telescope is looking along the celestial meridian. It's that imaginary line that passes through Polaris and directly overhead.
Mm-hmm.
So, at night, we can wait for a star that we know, cross the vertical wire on the transit, and mark the time on the chronometer. That's going to be sidereal time from Greenwich. And the idea is that we know what time we saw the star cross the wire, and we can look the star up in our ephemeris, and then we can find out what local time is. And the difference between local time and Greenwich time is going to give us our longitude in hours. So we can then convert those hours to degrees, minutes, seconds, and so on. And we can also, take a shot with this for latitude directly without any problems. So otherwise, we have to use the instruments over here on the table, the doubly reflecting instruments, the quintet and the circle, and that's a lot harder,
Yeah.
Than doing it with this. But it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And the government likes that.
So this would be the Cadillac route.
There you go. Exactly.
Versus driving the Yugos or whatever.
So, yeah, this essentially is an excellent, quick method, although it is, more expensive and requires a little bit more effort to move it around.
So it's actually cost preventative, and it wasn't actually on any of the expeditions.
This one, yes, was.
Oh, okay.
It was used up in the Northwest in the boundary survey.
Okay.
This is also a lot lighter than some of the others that we had. Topographical instrument number 2, was a portable transit instrument, but the base was actually cast iron and was about yay wide. And it came in 2 big boxes rather than, one big box.
Right.
This is Kylie with Swink FCCLA encouraging you to not drink and drive. 229 children ages 0 to 14 die yearly as a result of drunk driving accidents.
Please remember to stay safe at your upcoming proms and don't hesitate to say no.
Drinking and driving puts not only your life but other valuable lives at risk as well.
Before you put yourself in these situations, think to the people who love you.
Alcohol affects more than just you. Don't let this become your reality.